Hey everyone, it's PokeMarketLab back with you. We are doing another midweek market update. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. We go through the market, see what's up, see what's down. Sit back, relax, and let's go through a few things here. First and foremost, of course, everything is up. It's almost across the board. It's actually hard to find stuff that's gone down. First things first, we're going to talk Prismatic Evolutions. It is Prismatic Evolutions release week here. It releases this Friday, the 17th. We're going to do a live stream on Thursday night, kind of a Prismatic Evolutions Eve launch event here, where we're just going to go through the market, talk, maybe give away some stuff here. So tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern Time this Thursday. So yeah, Prismatic Evolutions ETBs, very steady at the $150 price point. We've been talking about this for weeks now. It's been very, very, very steady. We don't know what's going to happen on release day. It's probably going to go up. We can see the volumes drop down a little bit in the last week or so. I think people are just kind of waiting to see what happens on release day. Look at how many have sold, though. Over 5,000 ETBs on TCG Player here. And to give you a little bit of comparison in the last year, Paldean Fates hasn't even sold that much. One of my favorite sets. Certainly not as good as Prismatic, but a whole year of this at a really decent price point. So finally only gone up recently and only less than 5,000 sold. And look at 151 here now. Maybe not a fair comparison because these are quite expensive for a specialty set ETB too. But damn, just look at just how many of these sold Prismatic ETBs. This is before release day. That's just really just unprecedented. So the pricing of these really hasn't stopped people from pre-ordering them. I think the expectation on the market is that this price is going to continue to go up. Yes, it's likely to get reprinted. No, that's not likely to matter unless they print it into the ground. I've said this before. There are multiple sets that need reprints at this point. They can't possibly get to them all. There's just not enough bandwidth. So I think at this point, yeah, I don't know what to tell you in terms of, you know, whether to go in at this price. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction. But yeah, obviously, if you can get any ETBs below $100 now or release day, I would back the truck up and get whatever you can. Let's go forward here. Scarlet and Violet booster boxes sitting at $143. This has gone up really nice, 22% return in the last month here. Not my favorite set. Maybe there's probably some other sets I'd rather put my money in, like Paradox Rift or Temporal Forces. But we are seeing some increase in card value here. This Gardevoir has gone up really nice, 37% in the last month, sitting at about $42. But just really nothing in this set of any particular high value. So it's I think this booster box is just more of people picking up any Scarlet and Violet that seems cheap. But again, there's other stuff you should be spending money on. I think at this point, I think I can say that confidently. The Ralts from this set is doing pretty well too, 20% return. So again, some cards going up in value, but it's still pretty sparse. You're gonna have a hard time hitting that $100, getting even $100 worth of value out of opening a box. Miriam from Scarlet Violet base 2 up a nice 33% in the last month or so. Temporal Forces, probably a better set to put your money in. About a 15% return in the last month, holding steady. Nice set, really drawing up here. This is definitely a reprint risk in the future, but under 100 boxes on TCG Player. A nice, maybe a notch above mid-tier set, doing quite well. And looking at cards from Temporal Forces, some decent value here. We got Raging Bolt sitting at $95, Walking Wake at $62, Iron Crown at $61. So you can see for a little bit more money versus regular Scarlet and Violet base, you get much more potential value here. Ghastly over here, one of my favorite cards from this set. Plenty of good stuff in this one. So this is where you really should be. This is where the smart money is putting their money. We'll put it that way. 151 booster bundles. Look at how many of these are on the market. Over 500 listed on TCG Player. We keep seeing these pop up periodically on Walmart, Target, places like that, and the market just doesn't care. Still 20% up in the last month. Volume starting to drop off here. A lot of that's just other Scarlet and Violet soaking up money. People probably starting to get their fill maybe on this, but just the demand side and the supply side are so, they're not at equilibrium. So there's no race to the bottom on any. As a seller, there's no reason to drop your price on this to move product. You can drop this a couple bucks and they're going to sell. I mean, average daily sell rate on these is 128 pieces in the last month. That's just crazy. There's no race to the bottom. If you list these online, it's only a matter of time before they're going to sell. So there's no reason for people to be undercutting each other. Blooming Waters came out recently. Another kind of push to the market for 151 packs, sitting at about $140 price here on TCG Player, and this is right about the same price per pack. I think it's $10, $11 per pack versus the booster bundle. So this set, actually, it's way more expensive than you can find. I think this is a Sam's Club exclusive, I believe, but the price per pack measures out here. So technically, this is an appropriate price. Really much harder to ship this though versus a booster bundle in size. So I'd rather ship a few booster bundles than this massive product. Paldea evolved a nice, you can see some consistency here in increases on some of these products. 30% in the last month, right at the $200 price point. I think once this gets above that $200 price, it's going to continue to run up here. So beautiful sell rate, beautiful volume on this great set. Surging Sparks starting to level out a little bit here. This is normal. I know I've seen a couple videos, people like, yeah, you know, Surging Sparks is going down. This is absolutely normal for a product that's been out a couple months. We got Prismatic Evolutions coming up, so the money's just kind of shifting around. It's just leveled off here. And just look, the thing that people don't talk about here is the number of boxes, almost 10,000 boxes. This has outsold every other booster box on TCG Player in the last year, and this is not even 6 months old here. So this is performing phenomenally well. Will do well long term. Easily going to hit at least 300 this year in 2025. Beautiful product. And if you've been waiting to get in, it's a little bit of a pullback. It's certainly a reprint risk, but it's this is going to do well long term. There's so many great product cards in this set. Moving on over to Sword and Shield. We talked about Sword and Shield last week, but this is there's a lot of money moving to Sword and Shield. There's more money moving into Sword and Shield, I think, right now than what we're seeing in Scarlet and Violet. 64% return on Fusion Strike. It's actually hard keeping up with the price shifts on this. We're right at that cusp of hitting 500. It's definitely second place in the Sword and Shield era. Just a beautiful set. It's going to continue to run up. It is, I would say, for sure, second place here in Sword and Shield, and should remain so moving forward. The Sword and Shield Charizard Ultra Premium Collection really up 21% in the last month. Not your best pack price value. This is all Evolving Skies. That's what's really pushing this here. And these themselves are starting to become rare. If you remember, this was printed multiple times into the ground. Everyone thought, you know, this is never going to recover. You could get these at, you know, for 80 bucks a pop online. You can get them even cheaper with TikTok coupons at the time, and these have recovered so beautifully well. It's really, this is like an index fund of most Sword and Shield product. So you get a really great encapsulation of a lot of different sets in one thing. And as those sets keep pushing up, because now, you know, it was Evolving Skies for the longest time, was really the only thing of any substantial value. Now you got Fusion Strike pushing up, you got Lost Origins pushing up. So that's just kind of, you know, the water levels kind of rising, bringing the price of everything up here. One product, if you're looking to get packs at a cheap price, this is a much cheaper price per pack. This is the Legendary Warriors collection. This was a Walmart exclusive, I believe. Much cheaper price per pack. No Evolving Skies, but you get some other stuff in here that's going to continue to go up in value. And as time goes on here, the next 6 months, it's going to get increasingly hard to get anything from Sword and Shield. Everything is going to go up in value. This has Silver Tempest in it. I believe it has Lost Origin in it. I think it might even have Fusion Strike in it. This is going to continue to go up, so this is a much better pack per pack price. It just doesn't have Evolving Skies. Silver Tempest, a really solid set, the kind of bookend set, the last booster box set anyways for Sword and Shield, up tremendously, 32% in the last month. Sell volume's been really good on these. A great set. It's got that Lugia, and this is doing great. This is probably getting a little pricey for the type of set it is. It is not the best set in Sword and Shield, but it's got Sword and Shield written all over it. It's going to go down in history as that bookend set for Sword and Shield, so it's just gonna probably keep going up here as time goes on. And one of the reasons it is going up, the Rayquaza VMAX from the Silver Tempest Trainer Gallery up 89% in the last month. So this is what we want to see. When we see a box go up, we want to see some underlying support there. And this is when we see cards like this move up, that is supporting that booster box move up. So this is good to see. Very cool looking card from Silver Tempest. Chilling Rain doing phenomenally as well. $342, 40% return in the last month. pushing up. Again, everything is Sword and Shield's moving up. The volume, box volume's nowhere near what we're seeing necessarily in Scarlet and Violet, but the prices are, there's just less of these on the market. All these really top tier sets, obviously Evolving Skies, Fusion Strikes, Chilling Reign, Lost Origin, those kind of top 4, Brilliant Stars, maybe top 5. All of those are going to continue to march up. I think the next kind of target, that $500 price target, which Fusion Strike's pushing up against, once they get past that, it's going to continue to push up. And what's really happening is Evolving Skies is leading that charge, and it's kind of I liken it to, it's kind of breaking through barriers, right? It's already blasted through that $1,000 mark here. We're already at a $1,300 market price. Lowest listed box is about $1,500, and that's kind of paving the way, right? So now it's past $1,000. That paves the way for Fusion Strike to continue to push up. This is a phenomenal era with phenomenal cards. Scarlet and Violet's phenomenal as well, but the age and the lack of population of boxes from the Sword and Shield era, these boxes are just going to keep going up. There's no reason Fusion Strike won't push $1,000 at some point in the future. And again, Evolving Skies is just breaking down those barriers. There's no, once you get, it's like a psychological barrier, right? When you get to that additional digit, we saw that. I mean, how long did it sit at $1,000 for? Weeks? I think we were literally weeks before it popped up, a couple weeks before it popped up to this price here. And it continued. Look at the volume, sell volume's going up, not down, as the price continues up. Which I thought I would have held around that $1,000 price point for a while, but it keeps going. And you break that extra digit, and that just signals to the market, hey, there's some worth here. And obviously, again, Evolving Skies, you have some underlying cards that are extremely expensive supporting that price, not meaning you should crack it chasing those cards. This is a significant gamble, but the potential to have those kind of cards in these boxes matters tremendously. Brilliant Stars. For a while, this took some time to get some support to push this price up on this box. It's starting to do well. Almost a 40% return this last month, $280 market price. They are drying up, less than 100 boxes on TCG Player, so doing really well. And again, underlying support with cards here. The Umbreon VMAX from Brilliant Stars Trainer Gallery up 90% in the last month, and the Sylveon VMAX from Trainer Gallery as well up 60% in the last month. So again, good to see cards that are supporting that price of that box. A couple of just honorable mentions here. This Bubble Mew from Paldean Fates is still going crazy. I couldn't believe this. 170% return in the last few months. Just a phenomenal card, beautiful card. I talked about this in the video yesterday. This is leading the charge in Paldean Fates, and just the type of art quality difference we're seeing from previous generations, previous sets, the cuteness, the scenes, it's the type of Pokemon that are just being driven up versus these big bad in-your-face Charizards and Rayquazas and all these other cards here. This is just it's crazy to see what the market is going after these days. So that's it, everyone. That's our midweek market update. I hope you are having a fantastic week. I hope it's treating you well. Super excited for Prismatic. Yes, it's stressful. I'm gonna try to stay positive about it. I'm gonna pop some popcorn on Friday, watch the drama on social media as things unfold. I hope if you can get some product on release day, and if you can't, please do not throw all your hard-earned money at this. Wait, and hopefully you'll get an opportunity to get in the future. And if not, there's going to be some other sets here, so just hang in there as long as you can here. Just have a fantastic week, and we'll see you on the next midweek market update. This is PokeMarketLab out.